Welcome, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Welcome. The moon hangs low over Winchester, heavy with secrets. Not a whisper stirs that the wind does not carry. Not a footfall echoes that something does not count. By day, this is a city of law, of oaths, of prayer. But by night it belongs to other hands. Some walk its streets cloaked in duty, some in hunger, some in lies, and some not at all. But old gods are quiet, but not gone. The new one, well, he preaches salvation, even as their shadow flees to dusk. And beneath it all, beneath the stone and the blood and the ash, the city begins to wake. Tonight, bonds will tighten, masks will slip, and names once forgotten may find breath again. So where do you sleep? Whom do you trust? And what price will you pay? Keep the dark from knowing your name. I'm Commodore Zed, and welcome to Candle in the Mead Hall. I'd like to start with some of my friends. I want to introduce them. We're going to start with Bad Dad Gaming today, and we're going to move clockwise from there. Bad Dad, tell us about yourself, and tell us about Leif. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I forgot I was on push to talk. I'm Seth, and I play Leif, the Malkavian Seer.
Fantastic. Next, that brings us to Keywork Saver. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your character.
I am
You're muted.
Oh, I'm holding push to talk. So good? Am I coming through?
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
You're going through now.
And you're gone.
You're muted, brother.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
That's so weird. Because I did push
Now you're
to
back.
talk, and I did it as administrator. Am I still good? Am I coming
You're
through?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good. You're coming through now.
Holy crap in a
It's
peanut.
like you're pushed to mute or
Hi,
something.
I'm Keywork Saver, and I'm totally inept at Discord and any sort of tech whatsoever, so I try to stream once in a while. Recently, it's been Fallout 6 has got hooked in me, but otherwise, I spend my time TTRPGing. Monday nights, I play Kinrick, the Ventru Oathsworn sword guy who's actually kind of learning how to talk on his own.
Fantastic. Joshy, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your character, brother.
I'm just Joshy. I like to play tabletop games on the internet in this channel. Suni is he's a leftover Viking who was forgotten by everybody, but he'll be remembered.
He will be remembered. Agnar Childface would definitely remember him if Agnar Childface still lived. Davey, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Anarad.
Hey there, I'm Davey. I'm a history buff and TTRPG fan and gamer. I don't stream, but I like to be here on Monday nights and play Anarod, who is a Bruja, Scop, Bard, court poet, generally chaotic mess of a vampire who seemingly can't stop killing people and burning houses down.
Firebug of Winchester.
Yeah, a little arson habit now.
Nerded Art. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your character, Roslyn.
Hi everyone, I am Nerd at Art. You'll never really catch me streaming under that name though, but if you want to go follow Team Wildwood. I'm the other half of Team Wildwood, and you'll catch me over there every so often where I play video games with the husband and make art and stream, mostly tabletop RPGs with my friends. Tonight I am playing Rosewind of Lichfeld. She is a Toreador court seamstress, and she's very immersed in all the gossip and the goings-ons, and there's lots of plotting afoot, so we'll see how it all goes.
Excellent. That brings us to Wendretta, played by Ellie. Why don't you tell us about yourself and your character?
I don't have much to say about myself other than I am Mrs. Keywork, but look how cute my kitty is. He's been sitting in my lap for the last half an hour. I came out here and he was screaming at me. Anyway, I play Lady Wendretta. She is a Ventru who is noble born, and she just, maybe kind of ghouled her husband last week. So, that's good. Her husband that she absolutely detests.
He's never going to die now.
No, but at
unless
least
you
he'll
make him.
that, or at least he'll, have to bend to my wishes. So that's always a good thing.
Excellent.
I was going to say, death can be arranged.
One toe out of line.
That leaves me. I'm Commodore Zed. I stream here on the Commodore Zed channel. Obviously, I stream nothing but tabletop role-playing games and session prep streams. And maybe now that I've gotten an official copy of State of Kings 3, not the Game Pass version, I'll be playing the Prince of Darkness mod on stream because I can. And it's a lot of fun. So we'll definitely be doing that. All right, so moving forward, going forward from there, let's do some logistics stuff, guys. Let's talk about logistics. I want to know, and we're going to start with Roswin. Any change to your desire, or are you still trying to tell on Ethelwine?
More or less, yeah. I she's pretty focused right now. Bring that man's down. It's time.
Davey, how about Anarad? How's your desire?
Anorad's desire is currently he wishes to basically secure Winchester because while we were all up in the estate, a bunch of unwanted supernatural creatures wandered in and have been just having a great time there, and that can't be tolerated, I'm afraid.
You're Winchester. I like that. Okay. That brings us to Suni. What is Suni's desire, or is it the same?
Suni's desire last week was to handle the boy in whatever way it was necessary, and I feel like that's filled.
That is filled. You get a willpower back. You would have gotten a willpower back last week because you did succeed with that, but now you must change your desire.
So I think the new desire should be to learn a little. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, or frankly even possible without Aldhelm. But I think you'll want to learn a little bit more about what there is out here in this world of ours.
But this world of ours, okay. All
Because
right.
I know recently that vampires exist, and I mean, Fae have been #confirmed. What else is there? Is there other stuff?
Perfect. Excellent. Keywork. How about Cineric? Is Cineric's desire changed?
Kinneric's desire was to resolve the whole Poacher Reeves son mystery, and I'd say that was pretty summarily resolved at the end last time. So I think along with everybody else, I think Kinrick is really kind of astounded by the amount of supernatural creatures that have made themselves known since they themselves have become supernatural creatures. So I think he wants to kind of get a handle on exactly who is around. So I guess assess the supernatural situation.
All right. Seth, what about for Leif?
I think Leif's also interested in, he sees the pending downfall of Ethelwine, and he wants to try to figure out how we can see if we can take over his estate.
Okay. Ethelwine doesn't really have an estate. He more has like a place he lives in. He's only a Thane, so he doesn't actually have a lot of land, but he lives in Winchester in a pretty nice area, a pretty nice house that has enough room for Roswin to work as a dressmaker. So he's not estate having, but he is in a very nice area. But if you want to take over his stuff and see his downfall, that's still good too. I'm down for that.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, and that brings us to Ellie.
Last week it was keep an eye on Cuthwin. I think I need to continue doing that, even though I did last week. I should probably still have to keep an eye on him because he has feelings about what I might be.
Okay, excellent. All right, so everybody refresh your willpower with either your resolve or composure, whichever is higher. All right, we're going to do our daily rouse checks, and I'm going to remember to do them properly. Just give me 1 second to get to... Oh, I lost my... Hold on 1 second. My dice room. Let me bad storyteller. Rage over Lake Blackwater. Good storyteller. All right, so daily rouse checks. Hit them for me right away.
Yeah.
What everybody do?
I am getting
I failed.
hungrier.
All right.
I'm yet to succeed on one of those.
Is anyone okay? Is anyone doing blood bonding anyone during the week? Is anyone going out of the way to feed blood to finish the blood bond like say on Cuthwin?
Even though I don't have all the XP yet for it, should I? Should
Yes.
that be something she does? Okay, then let's do that then, I guess.
Make a rouse check for me.
Womp womp.
All right. So everybody, your hunger starts at 2 today, plus the results of any rouse checks we made. All right. Now this is before herd use. Would anyone like to use herd?
I'll use a dot of my personal herd.
Okay. What does that bring your hunger to?
1.
1. Excellent. Anyone else like to use herd?
Me. That would bring me down to a hunger 2.
Okay, hunger 2. Anyone else like to use the? There's 3 points, 2 more points left of the communal herd.
I'll use 1 to take me to 2.
Okay. Anyone else?
I could use 1, I think.
All right, to bring you to hunger 2. Correct?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's right.
All right. Now, who would like to feed? Leaf, would you like to feed? Do you feel like you need to feed it?
Yeah, I'll try it.
All right. So your manipulation plus occult, difficulty 3. All right. So you don't feed. We need to improve your dice pool on the Scrivener dice pool.
Yeah.
We really do, but you do not feed, but you do not get any hungrier. You just fail to find an opportunity to feed on the person asking for your advice this time. Anarad, would you like to feed?
Yes, I would.
All right. Dexterity plus stealth, difficulty 3. Can you take half?
No, unfortunately not.
All right.
I've got... Oh, I critted.
Fantastic. So you may feed down to 1 hunger if you like. Take your time. You don't murder anybody. No one dies. Nobody sees. It's a very
Beautiful.
clean feeding.
So I'm
Suni,
getting the hang of this, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've had a clean one.
Suni, would you like to feed?
I think I'll stay put. I'm good for now.
All right. Roswin, you're down to hunger 1, correct? No point in
Okay.
feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Wendretta,
I'm good. I'll stick at hunger 2.
hunger 2. All right. And Kinnerick.
Yes, I will feed. I'm feeling I might peck it.
Okay, so your strength plus sprawl, difficulty 3. Can you take half?
Indeed, I can.
All right, so once again, describe what happens this time. I'm going to let you... I need practice on letting you describe.
I go to converse with one of the knights on the watch who I know, Kalen or somebody like that, and I tell him that I'll take his watch for several hours, and once he sleeps, I'll feed and clean him up and continue his watch until he wakes.
Excellent. So you feed yourself down to 1, and you are good to go as well. Excellent. So nice, clean, open feeding today. All right, so I've got a couple questions and things I want to go over with everyone. I have a couple questions I want to ask. Wendretta, ever since you fed on Cuthwin, you fed him your blood, he's become not warmer, but more enamored with you. He's not quite slavishly so, but it's much more noticeable. How do you use this towards your advantage?
Probably start with like little things, getting him to do little things for me, like almost like bossing him around, but not really. Like, go get me some water or something like that, just to see if he would. And it's like, ooh, this is powerful.
He is much more subservient to you. You don't have him completely bloodbound just yet. That'll take one more rouse check, but he is very much close, and he is very much doing things for you. He is, as I said, he's not warmer, but he is much more enamored with you.
He's like a shadow that just won't go away.
Exactly. Anarad, a question: have you been keeping your ears open for rumors and gossip about the fire you started last week?
Naturally.
All right.
What fire? I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't you give me a wit plus streetwise difficulty 2? Can you take half?
Oh, I don't even know if I have any streetwise. Wits plus streetwise, I can't take half. No.
Okay.
I got 3 dice there. Let's roll it. I don't hear shit.
No, you don't. Unfortunately, you really don't. Okay, so we're going to move on from you then. As you're trying to, but no one seems to be. It's really hard to actually accept that result because you would have heard something at least somewhere, but nothing that really.
Do you want me to? You want me to use a willpower on that?
No, unless you want to. Unless you want to.
You want me to use a will.
Unless you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to use it. Do I want to?
I don't know if it's. I mean,
I probably ought to.
Okay.
It's pretty important, right?
Yeah.
So I'll reroll 2 there. Come on. That's 1 success. That's
all right. Still not enough. So you don't get anything out of it. You don't really hear any rumors floating around about anything with the fire, but you do notice there are more fire patrols that are wandering the streets at night. There's more bucket brigades. Yes, Roswell?
As the gossipy seamstress, could I make a roll to see if I hear anything about the fires?
I will get to you shortly. I've got you. I got stuff for you as well. Suni, where would you like to establish your dovecote? And if I'm correct, it's a carrier pigeon setup, not an individual terrestrial spy network, right?
What do you mean with individual terrestrial spy?
Okay, another definition I found of dovecote, because I was looking it up, was that it's also another word used for spy network. It's your dovecote, it's your individual little spies, your little whisperers that are running around. Are you looking to set up an actual dovecote with doves to carry your messages? That's what I'm asking for.
Yes, I'm looking to set up an actual dovecote.
Okay, excellent. So where would you like to establish that?
Somewhere, it would be my first point of contact in Winchester. And I imagine that, let me look at names. I imagine that, Sweethoon already has one in,
Skullbear,
near the butcher in, what? Westmarsh? What is the name of the town that we're in?
You're in Winchester. The Southern Marches is the estate you're living in. The town that you've been going back and forth to is Skaldmere. That's where the Danes live in Skaldmere.
Danes live in Skaldmere.
Yep, you've been staying at the estate in the Southern Marches.
The Southern Marches estate.
Yep.
The Southern Marches estate is connected to Skaldmere?
Yes, it's not. They share land. Yes.
Okay. So then, assuming that Sweethoon has a dovecote attached to the butchery in words are hard to
Winchester.
Elfward's butchery, and then I would be building a new dovecote in Winchester once I get my haven set up there.
All right. Where would you like to set your haven up?
I had imagined it would be in the basement of someone that I had extorted into allowing me to use their basement, with the plans of potentially. No, I don't think I'm going to ghoul them, but I will probably long-term dominate them into allowing me to be in their life.
All right. We're going to represent that with a manipulation plus intimidation roll.
Sounds good to me. I can take half.
You can take half? All right. Tell me what that looks like for you.
So I would spend, because this has been over the course of a couple of weeks now, I would spend a couple of weeks just hanging out about town in the tavern in Winchester, listening to the ups and downs of regular folks' lives, with a particular interest in potentially finding a little nugget of blackmail from someone who owns a shop. Someone might have made a bad deal. Someone might have sold the wrong thing to the wrong person and is letting their sorrows out in the tavern. And I've picked up on that, and I've gone to them in an alley by myself, by themselves, and kind of pushed them into a corner and made it known that it will be worse for them if I am not allowed what I want.
With the being able to take half and getting the number of successes you want, they capitulate to you fairly quickly. They can tell that you are not a person to be crossed in any way, and they do as you ask with very little complaint. Okay. So you have that set up, and you can set up your Devco and your haven now, outside of the estate. Leif, you have information that the woman Juliana was seen at the old tombs. You know those are located at the burned chapel up on the hill. No one knows who built this old chapel and the frescoes inside of it. No one knows who made the art, who made the statues, but they do know what it represents. It's Christian. And she's been seen up there nightly. Are you going to bring that to the coterie? Because I wanted to give you that information, but I don't want you to move on it just yet.
Yeah, I'll bring that to the coterie once the fellowship is united.
Excellent. Roswin, Leofa brings you word that Ethelwine is still being seen with Juliana from time to time, but she is yet to get direct witness proof of infidelity. How would you like to proceed with that?
I'm just gonna sit on that information for now. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to use it.
Excellent. Kinnerick, as Wendretta's sworn sword and Huskarl and Cuthwin's employ, you have many duties. The least among them are overseeing the Night's Watch, training promising young mortals to be the next generation of warrior, and night inspections of the estate. How do you go about that, or do you?
I do that. I do that early in the evening when I am able to. And I am firm, but I'm fair. Because again, we're trying to change what this world is.
Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. Now, just a quick check-in before we start the night. Would you all prefer to open the session with a coterie gathered talking, or maybe setting the tone yourself, or do you want to get into the meat and potatoes right now? Do you guys want to do your coterie meeting first, or just jump into scenes?
Sounds like we have some information to share.
Oh, I had something for you too, Suni. I forgot to mention it because you were looking for Aldhelm as well. I do apologize. You did not necessarily find Aldhelm. You did discover that there is a newcomer to Winchester who's been ministering to a few beggars in the merchant quarter at night, and his description matched Aldhelm a little bit, close enough that it would that it piqued your interest.
Okay. That's a thing to go on. Okay.
All right, so where would you like to gather? I take you're not gathering at the Grove anymore. I don't know why. It's a perfectly great place to gather.
I have no reservations. If he shows back up, he does. Kind of hoping for it, rather.
Same.
Grove
Yeah.
sounds good.
You can go to the Grove. That's fine.
Oswin will deal.
We'll have to show him that we're not afraid of him, I guess.
Someone bring a slingshot for that damn bird.
I could take 2 points in archery.
All right, to the Grove.
As you approach the Grove, it's the same as it is many nights. It's a cosp of trees set in the forest. There is the altar with the single candle still upon it, not lit, worn down to merely a nub as it's been used over and over again. There is no raven in the trees this evening. You seem to be completely alone, as much as you can tell.
Hmm.
I received word that Juliana has been seen at the ruins nightly.
Who's Juliana?
She was with Ethelwine last week. Roswood and I saw her. We met her. Interesting lady.
Her and her husband brought word of the crowning of the new emperor.
We believe that
Okay.
she may be one of Ethelwine's conspirators, possibly one of his lovers.
I also have a bad feeling about her.
Emperor
Well, this is all
of
very juicy.
Francia?
Indeed.
For what would you say?
Of Francia.
Oh yes, thank you. Yes.
Speaking of bad feelings, exactly how many, I don't know the typical word for supernatural at the time, but beings like ourselves have you encountered?
Sorry, say that again?
Well,
Essentially, he's asking, how many supernatural beings have you encountered?
Oh, just in general to the group. Okay. Sorry.
there was that ghastly woman in the alehouse. Don't know what was up with her, but there was something spooky there.
She did magic. I don't know if you, Anarod, or you, Leaf, managed to clock it, but she did, while we were playing dice, at one point when I lost and she rolled the double 10, she did a hand motion underneath the table, and it seemed to affect the outcome of the dice. I used the ability that I
Witchcraft?
have. Yeah, witchcraft or something. I used the ability that I have to detect other gifted folks. And she did ping, but she didn't ping as one of us. But I don't know what she is. I just know that she is something.
I think we were unwise to hold up in the estate for all this time. Too many people seem to have looked at Winchester and seen it as empty territory to be explored and taken over, but that has to stop now. So
Time for us to claim Winchester.
Exactly.
Bold. Very bold.
I'm going to stay in Winchester, and I don't intend to move. I don't intend to come back to the estate except for visits.
I will come and go as I am needed, but I also have set up an arrangement in Winchester.
Yeah, I have a couple dots of Haven that I'm yet to use. I need to get one set up myself.
Hopefully that will dissuade any errant creatures from trying to set up shop in our territory.
Kenrick looks around for any crows high up in the tree over us. Ravens, excuse me. Perhaps it is best if we move into the cavity left by those who Eldhelm, the Cainite who lives in these woods, told us about. Other than that, we have met 2 Fae and a witch, this woman, in the alehouse. We must account for these beings. They are a threat to us.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a bad feeling about Juliana. I think it's going to come out that she's something. If not a vampire like us, she's special, I guess.
I'd like to head up to the ruins sometime this evening.
I was going to say, when has she been seen there, and was she seen doing anything?
That's all the information that I've received, is that she was seen up there in that area. So that's why I think we need to investigate.
Does anyone know if she's seen during the day?
Yeah, well, go ahead, Josh.
Didn't she say that I don't know this as Joshi, or as Suni, but didn't she say that she had trouble traveling during the day?
She did.
That's right, she did.
Mighty suspicious.
Yeah, and the husband left and she stuck around, which I thought was odd as well.
Has anyone seen the husband?
He was at the banquet, right?
He wasn't at the banquet. No, he wasn't at the banquet. That's correct.
No, he did not appear at the banquet.
Oh, that was my misunderstanding. I thought he came to the banquet later, she said.
So it seems this husband either doesn't exist or he's hiding really well.
Perhaps she is.
She is the guest of my lord, Ethelwine.
Oh, excuse me, Ethelwine, yes.
I may be able to get some more information on this.
Can anyone else tell if people are like us just by looking at them?
I can, sometimes.
Well, sometimes you get a
Perhaps
sense about people, right?
Perhaps we should go see what's going on at these ruins then. See if you can get your eyes on her.
I'd like to go and take a look as well. Ever since I caught her sneaking around the estate, I've just had a bad feeling about her.
We should try to be sneaky to keep from being sighted.
Always good advice.
It wouldn't do to jump the quarry before we're within striking range.
If that's to be the case, then the party should be small.
I suggest just a couple of us go to observe her. Nothing more, if we can help it.
Well, who's good at not being seen?
Not Roswin.
I mean, I can be seen as not myself.
That could be very advantageous. Mm-hmm.
I'm quite good at not being seen when I want to be.
But as far as not being seen, I tend to make my living being seen.
I spent 16 years trying very hard not to be seen by anybody. Maybe I can be sneaky.
Thank you for the rage still out, Mike. Thank you so much. Still up for milk. Thank you. So, where do you want to go? What do you want? What does everybody want to do?
I think most of us want to go to this ruined chapel, but do we want to go as a group, or do we want to go as a smaller group?
I don't think all of us should go.
Okay.
I think it's too clandestine,
Suspicious.
too conspicuous, too ostentatious if all of us go.
Kinnerik definitely cannot go. He stands out like a sore thumb.
Well, Anarod was not at the banquet, and Suni, you were there, but I don't know if she ever had an opportunity to meet you, so she may not recognize your face at all if you are seen. So perhaps the two of you should go.
What about Leif? What about him and his ability to see?
Suni has the same ability, but
I'm not very sneaky, but I could distract while you guys sneak up around the sides, perhaps.
Is it the point not to be seen?
I'm curious what she's doing there every night.
I think you're the only one who's not to be seen. I could disguise myself, and yeah, like I make a living being seen, so not being seen is not my jam.
Yeah, I don't have any obfuscate to clarify, but I have a decent stealth pool, so I'm confident that I can, unless I roll real bad, which you never know, could happen.
Especially for you.
I'm confident, especially for me. I'm pretty confident that Anarod could do it.
I have a single dot in stealth, but that's not going to help for much, and she knows exactly who I am, so better that I am not seen for sure.
I have a 2-dot stealth pool. I mean,
I'm also 2-dot.
Do really none of us have obfuscate?
And none of us have obfuscate. Yeah. I don't think any of us have obfuscate in clan.
Yeah, I'll go alone if you guys.
You won't be able to tell if she's some sort of supernatural creature, though.
That's a good point. The only person who can do that's in a year. Or Leaf.
Yeah, Leif or Suni would have to go to determine that.
Yeah, for sure. One of us has to go at the least.
Of the three of you go, and if the other three go do something, we'll do another thing.
The hashtag
with the party.
Religious divide again?
Yep, religious divide again.
Don't split the party. But you would have to split the party.
Hashtag pagans.
Pagans versus
Pagans.
Christians.
Let's go.
Splitting the party along
Oh,
these
Team
lines all the
Pagan.
time is very funny.
The night lies heavy over Winchester, loaded with cloud and silence. Beyond the bustle of the market road and the crooked mouths of shuttered stalls, a ruin waits. One the townsfolk pass quickly and never speak of. Once a place of light and hymns, the old Roman chapel now slumps like a crippled giant. Its bones blackened by fire, its sanctity long since scattered to the ash. The wooden doors hang open like jaws torn wide. Shattered panes glint in the moonlight, cold, tooth-like fragments catching the breath of the sky. Smoke-stained frescoes, once depictions of saints in their golden mantles, now resemble ghosts melting into the stone. One mural near the altar appears to weep. Silver streaks of lichen fall from empty eyes where once the Virgin watched. The air is still here. Too still it feels. Held, as the night itself hesitates to breathe. I would like Seth, because you probably have the most aspects out of everyone here, I believe. I would like you to make
a 6-die pool.
I would like you to make a wits plus aspects check. Difficulty 3. Sounds like you can take half. Correct?
Yeah.
If
I use resolve, I think I can use wits or resolve.
Resolve plus aspects works as well.
Yep, so that'll be 6 total.
Yep. As you approach amid this graveyard of faith and forgotten prayers, stands a woman, cloaked in dove gray wool, her silhouette framed by the broken arch where stained glass once crowned the entrance. Her head is bowed, not in prayer, but in murmur. She speaks softly, though no one is near. At first glance, she seems to be talking to the raven perched atop a cracked cornice, but her words lack sharp. They slip between Latin, Italian, and something older, something not meant for chapel walls. A small cat moves around her ankles, brindled and silent. It does not purr. It only watches. Her posture is rigid, controlled, not out of fear, but discipline. Her hair is bound tight into a braid and tucked beneath a veil. One hand remains at her side, unmoving, while the other turns a rosary in slow, hypnotic rhythm. The crucifix swings freely. It does not gleam. The silver is tarnished black. She hasn't noticed you yet, because you've spotted her from a distance with your auspex. What do the three of you do?
I'm gonna make a rouse check.
You're going to make a rouse check? Okay.
Yes, sir. I need to change my face. Woof.
Oof. So you are increase your hunger by 1.
I'm going to change my face to look extremely generic Saxon. Nothing sticks out, nothing out of the ordinary. Proper haircut, proper everything like that. Like just as blend in can be.
For those of you who have never seen this, Suni reaches up with his hands and literally begins rearranging his face. His face is skin like clay, his flesh moving at his command, completely changing his appearance before you.
That's an interesting trick.
What in the world?
It
You mean you choose to look like that normally?
like, well, hey, now I guess it's a choice.
I did think you looked a little. I did think you looked a little different last time I saw you. This explains that. I did notice some small improvements. Let's say.
Yes, I did. Because we were going to a banquet and we were going to be with the high society, and it was a posh and noble affair, what with Cuthwin returning, I figured it would be nice to look nice.
Get rid of some of the scuff marks.
Rolling's happening. I don't like that.
Or we're just like talking. Well, yeah, you're looking good these days. You're working out, you know. Yeah.
I think I'd like to use Sense the Unseen.
I don't think we even can see her, right? It's just Leaf who can see her.
Yes, yep. You want to use Sense the Unseen? Okay. How'd you do? You got 4 successes. All right. You don't notice anything unseen, but you do notice more animals than you saw before. There's a raven. There's the cat. There are mice everywhere. There are rats running amongst the mice. There are just animals. This whole place is full of small animals, and they all seem to be paying attention to the woman in the dove gray clothing.
You guys see that? It's like a fucking petting zoo up there. There's animals everywhere.
There's something odd about this, my friends.
An infested livery.
Indeed.
Do we see that?
If you get closer, you will notice that there is an unusual number of animals, and you will notice the woman who seems to be speaking to a raven. And
if I can get close.
You get closer?
Yeah, I wanna creep up, and as soon as I ping, like as soon as I see a lot of animals, I would love to sense the beast.
Sense the beast. All right, I gotta double check something on sense the beast. It's an interesting question. I didn't look this up before, but go ahead, roll your sense the beast.
Sensing the beast. Resolve plus animalism. Ooh. Didn't realize how ugly that pool was for me now.
It's composure and subterfuge.
That's not so bad.
Not bad at all. It is not a vampire. It is not a werewolf. It is like Cuthwin.
Uh-huh.
The animals are like Cuthwin, yeah?
No,
Okay.
no, the woman is.
Oh,
The animals are
woman
just
is like-
animals.
Did I ping Cuthwin? I don't think I've pinged Cuthwin.
No, you haven't pinked Cuthwin. So this is not a vampire, not what you sensed before, but kind of like a vampire. Feels like a vampire, but not exactly like the other vampires you've met.
So
It's a ghoul.
if I look at Anarod and I look at Leaf, I see a specific thing, and then I look at her and
And
I
you see a different thing, correct.
And it's similar?
Similar, yes.
Like I would get the vibe that it's the same family
Like a
Sure,
pale
yeah, that works.
reflection.
and completely different from the woman that I saw.
Completely different from the woman you saw, yes.
Okay.
Now, near the altar, the raven shifts its wing and clicks its beak. Juliana's head tilts slightly in response, and a moment later, she removes a small object from her sleeve. Something flat, circular, wrapped in red thread. She tucks into the hollow of a broken reliquary and traces the stone with one finger, a spiral counterclockwise. For those with auspex up, the earth here smells wrong. It's too cold for summer, too clean for ash. There is no rot, no growth, only the memory of flame. And just as the clouds shift and the sliver of starlight breaks through, Juliana turns her face towards the entrance, looking directly in your direction. She does not smile. She does not speak. But for an instant, one heartbeat long, her gaze lifts toward the rooftops beyond the chapel as she senses eyes upon her, perhaps expects them.
Well, the jig is up now, boys.
No, I don't know if it's. I'm gonna hide. We can hide. Like she didn't see us, right?
She just looked in your direction, but she didn't see.
Yeah,
She didn't necessarily see you. All right, give me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
All right. Okay. Cool.
All of us?
If you're trying to hide, only if you're trying to hide.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, unless we're just gonna jump her right now and like take that wherever that thing is off her.
I feel like we should talk to her and not jump her.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
What happens if I have more hunger dice than my dice pool?
You roll just your hunger dice.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was a penalty for not having enough dice.
I got 3 for my stealth.
So you dive behind a large tombstone. Not really a tombstone, a statue. You dive behind a statue.
Just wondering why these two are just still standing there.
Joshi! Joshi! You go to hide, but then you suddenly realize you want whatever she has. Whatever she just hid, you need to have. You are now covetous of what she had. Your bane has come into effect. I mean, your compulsion.
I had 1 success on hide.
You think you're hiding very well behind a statue, but you're kind of visible. But Joshi, unfortunately, we've got some consequences.
So to clarify the scene, we have the woman all by herself with a bunch of animals.
Yes.
The animals are not pinging as special. She is pinging as special.
Correct.
And I've just rolled a failure on stealth.
Obsessed with possessing something in the scene, desiring to add it to their proverbial hoard. This can be anything from an object to a piece of property to an actual person.
And you've specified that the thing that she shoved up her sleeve is what I'm after?
trying to think, maybe it's her.
I mean, that makes it easier for me.
Yeah, let's go with her. She is
All
what you
right.
desire now. The information she has and her.
Has does she see me?
You don't believe she
Or do
has.
I don't believe she has.
You don't believe she has. You don't believe she sees you at all because you believe you've hidden very well.
Without, could we say that I still have vicissitude active from before, or should I roll again if I want to change my face?
If you want to rechange your face, you're going to have to rouse check again.
Motherfucker. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna. Oh, well, no, I'm hidden. I don't need to do anything yet. I'm hidden. That's where I'll leave it out for now. I'm hidden.
All right. Seth, you think you're hidden as well? Hiding behind a statue. And Red, you are hidden. You look over.
I got the memo here.
You look over, and you know if you say something, she'll hear you. But you look over and you see your compatriots. Just one of them's hiding behind a bush and is clearly visible. And Seth and Leif is hiding behind, is just crouched behind a very small statue.
This is all very cartoony.
This is right now, unfortunately.
I'm just looking at you in complete disbelief, just with this kind of like.
I'll look over at Anwar.
All right,
And
so
I'm fixed on her, so I'm not even like, unless you're in my focus, I don't see you guys.
Like, how did these guys creep up on all these monks all these times? I thought the Danes were supposed to be like cunning.
I am cunning. Cunning is different than stealthy.
while you are hiding, you hear a voice come from the woman. You may as well step out. I know you are there.
In that case, greetings. I don't know if we've met.
Because I am armed. I am not a weak woman.
Of course, as you should be. We should all be armed. It's nighttime. We're in the middle of nowhere. This is a ruin. You would be a fool not to be armed.
I'll step out as well.
I am still hidden. And I'm going to move around.
Okay, you're going to move around. Gotcha. All right. What is it? What do you want? She kind of backs herself up against the wall. She's holding a dagger out in front of her.
Easy. We're not here to hurt you. We were concerned for your safety out here in the middle of the night.
My safety? How did you even know I was here?
Word travels, it doesn't take many eyes to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. And I'll slowly approach.
You're going to approach her? All right, I need you to make a quick roll for me, a composure plus subterfuge roll, Seth.
What? Oh, that's okay.
All right, so you win. So she does not sense your beast. Just what do you want? She looks very frightened. She was not expecting people to be here. Not you, at least.
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? It's not safe.
Choose it's not. So back off, or I will cut you.
That's unnecessary. And I'll continue to slowly approach, non-threateningly.
Anybody else do anything while he's non-threateningly approaching her?
Yeah, I'm sure. In his wake, if not right beside him.
Davey, what's Anarad doing? Still hiding?
I'm going to basically kind of like splinter cell my way around the back, and like in case she tries to run or anything like that, maybe I can like jump out and get her if she's like starts to get violent.
All right, give me a dexterity plus stealth roll. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
You're trying not to step on one of the assorted mice.
There's a lot of mice.
Yes, there's a lot of mice.
That's 2 successes.
All right, as you're creeping along, the mice begin. You step on one, and it starts squeaking, and a bunch of them squeak. And she pops up. Her head looks up, and she just looks in your direction, and she spins around in your direction. And she's like, "All three of you," and she looks absolutely terrified.
As soon as she's got her eyes off of me, I'm closing.
You're closing it on her?
As soon as
the soul.
You may scry the soul if you want, but you're what are you doing exactly, Shuni? You're closing it on her?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as she takes her eyes off of me, that's compulsion, right? So I've got to have her, and that means that I have to close and I have to grapple her. So,
absolutely.
Jeez. Like, we never interact anyone when there's not one of us who's just wiling out.
Did you make a rouse check
there's
for that?
There's always somebody who has a compulsion.
That's the game.
Make your rouse check first. Okay, there you go. All right, so you got 2 successes versus their composure plus subterfuge, which is only. That's way too many dice. Where did they come from? All right, so you cannot scry their soul. All right, so you jump on them. So give me your dexterity plus brawl check.
Dexterity plus brawl. I am going to rouse the blood.
Okay.
Thank God.
Oh no! Even hungrier.
And that gives. Oh, does that make me hungrier?
Yes. Anytime you fail a rouse check, you get hungrier.
Oh, I mistook that for earlier, so I'm at 3 still. I upped for myself earlier on a fail that I thought was a pass, or a pass that I thought was a fail.
You're good. Yep.
And that gives me a bonus of 2 for an attribute.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes,
my blood potency is 2. So I have a 5 pool. Woohoo! For dogs.
So you like pounced on her?
She is going to take a -2 on her minor action, and she's going to attempt to stab you as you close in on her. She takes a -2 because she didn't turn away to look from you. Then you got what? 4 successes? Very nice. So she takes a -2. All right, so you do manage to grab her. You barely, but you do manage to grab a hold of her. Davey, what do you do?
I just stand up, hands up, non-threatening, and I will be activating awe.
Awe, okay.
And just be like, "Oh, whoa, okay. Now this has gotten a little out of hand, my friend. Please unhand this lady. I do believe all we want to do is ask her some questions."
She begins to scream.
I put my hand in her mouth.
She's screaming, yes, in 3 minutes just to caution her in the chapel. She's screaming.
I am not allowing that to happen.
You put your hand over her mouth. That's fine. You have her grappled. You can do that.
So bad. It all went so bad so fast.
Yep.
It's not like there's like a car trunk for us to like put her in or anything. Like
No
we
car
just
boots.
literally got to carry a screaming woman around with us now.
Well, let's go inside the chapel to try to get away from prying eyes, at least.
Great idea.
What is your malfunction, Suni? What are you doing?
I could not tell you if I wanted to tell you. I just she belongs to me now.
She goes, I belong to... She stops screaming. She goes, I belong to my master.
She can't talk.
Oh, that's right.
And Leaf has suggested that we go inside the chapel, so we'll go inside the chapel.
Inside the chapel. Yeah, inside the chapel. Let's. Oh god,
He's gonna let go of your mouth, but you can't scream. If you start to scream, I can't be held responsible for what he does.
I really need to. I really need to good cop this. I need to good cop this.
Define possess a human.
Make them your ghoul, blood bond them, make them your servant, make them work for you. It's temporary. It's a temporary compulsion, though. It will pass.
So as soon as I believe that she is mine, does that...
Yes.
How does this work?
Technically, now you have her in your possession. You are kind of fine at this point. You have taken possession of her. You are fine.
I just want to figure that out so that I know how far I have to take this. Okay. Inside the chapel. I will right up to her ear, I'll just go and let her mouth open. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to ask some questions.
She drops the dagger on the ground.
Thank you.
Now, what are you doing up here?
I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for
Who
something.
are we looking for?
No one's used Blush of Health, have they?
No, we absolutely did not. We forgot to do that.
No, but I look normal.
No, you don't. You still look dead, even though you use vicissitude. If you didn't Blush of Health.
Okay.
Yep. So you
I
just
look dead normal.
dead normal. Yes. Once she gets closer, once you're closer to her, and she's had a moment, she stops. She takes a beat. She goes, Are you Prince Bishop Aurelius's men? Prince Bishop Alias's men?
Yes, of course we are.
Where is he? I have a message for him.
He's indisposed. You'll have to deliver your message to us instead.
For 7 nights I've waited for some kind of confirmation. And now the 3 of you arrive and accost me and tell me that you're his servants?
Would you not protect your own territory?
This is Prince Bishop Alias's territory. He's expecting me.
Yeah, but we protect it as if it were our own, as any good servant would.
He's never made me wait this long to deliver the message from my master. Where is he?
Who's
Who
your
is
master?
your master?
You don't know my master? You don't know my master.
Could
But
you
you
How
know-
you haven't told us who it is yet.
But you know to
Who's she
find
looking
me
at?
here. Oh, this won't do. Oh, this won't do at all.
Who's she looking at?
What was
She's looking at the
what
three
was
of
the
you. She's
gang girl's
looking
name?
back. Aldhelm.
Baldhelm.
Aldhelm, yeah.
Are you a servant of Aldhelm?
No. No, I don't know who that is. Oh no,
Does
this is terrible.
does ghoul count as human for purposes of compel?
You can compel a ghoul.
For Frizzle? I will then.
For my notes real quick. What was the name she said? Prince Bishop what?
Alias. Alius.
Thank you.
Compel is one word. Single action command, so okay. I will compel. Who is your master?
Lord Mike, make your roll. Well, you don't even need to make a roll. She's not expecting it. Lord Micah, she spits it out.
And where's your master now?
Akia.
Who was the priest you were traveling with?
She gives you his name. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but he was just a cover. My husband and I were traveling with him. It was just a cover. I have a message to bring to the Prince Bishop Alias from my lord.
Is your
I'll
husband
speak your message.
like you?
No. Because I can only give my
Her
message to...
husband does not travel during the day.
She doesn't travel during the day.
Yeah, he was the one that traveled during the day, I think.
Right.
Memory serves.
No, he doesn't travel during the night. That's why he's not here. They were opposite people.
Mm-hmm.
Suni, see if you can convince her to deliver her message.
To whom?
To us.
Oh, spill the beans.
Yeah, beans.
Well, I
The lentils.
mesmerism. Tell us what you're supposed to tell the Prince Bishop.
You're going to need to make a roll this time. She's expecting you
I
to
do
use
need to
compel
roll.
again. Yep, you do need to roll this time.
I do. Cost 1 rounds check. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Oh, oopsie.
Definitely oopsie.
Yeah, that's good. And then
Is that 4 hunger? Is that 4 hunger?
That's for hunger.
Hey, I'm
No.
having a rough evening.
Manipulation and dominate versus intelligence resolve.
Yep.
Do.
Oh. Crit on my end. So 5 successes.
Ruh-roh.
You.
And I can't reroll.
You cannot reroll. And you did not get enough successes. And you got a critical. So we're going to include... That's another compulsion. But we are not going to make you do covetous again. Roll a d10. I'll roll a regular d10 for you because I've actually got ones with numbers on them. And according to the chart, we got it. What's that? A 7?
7.
Yes, 7.
Okay.
7. Do harm.
Oh no!
So, in a social setting, a smooth introduction goes sour. So, in a solitary, you have to do harm as your compulsion. The beast is not very happy with you. She's not being very forthcoming with you. She did not listen to you. The beast now says you must harm her.
Well,
Harm, not necessarily kill, right?
Not necessarily kill. What a harm.
No, not necessarily kill. It's just
And-
harm. So,
And not necessarily physical harm. Can be psychological torture, too.
does she respond to me conversationally? What does she say in response to me telling her this?
Because I can only give my message to the Prince Bishop Aeolus.
Oh, I think that's a backhand.
Oh
Smack.
no!
Smack! She takes the
A
backhand.
schwap.
A little bit of blood dribbles from the corner of her mouth.
Sunny, what are you doing?
She won't tell us.
There's easier ways than. Listen, madam, this has all gotten a little bit out of hand. We want to release you, but we must know what your message is. Please, it's very important for the security of this domain.
Give me a manipulation plus persuasion check with your awe.
Plus my awe.
Plus your awe, yep.
Okay. Manipulation plus persuasion plus my awe. That
Yes, it could be
is
nerd.
3, 6, 7 dice. Oh wait, no. 6 dice. What would the difficulty be on that? Can I take half?
Let me see. One moment. So presence. You are. Oh no! Yes, difficulty 3. You can take half.
Okay, I'll take half.
Yeah, it's not a discipline check, so yes, you can definitely take half. I don't need to even open the book. She kind of sighs as you have she kind of recognizes what you're doing and how calm and collected and cool you are. And she realizes she's in danger. So she reaches into a fold in her dress and she pulls out a scroll with a wax seal on it. And she offers
I'm gonna take
to
it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna slip open the wax seal. I'm gonna. Actually, I can't read, so I'm not going to do that.
I can read.
I'm gonna give it to Leaf.
I guess I don't have literacy either because I didn't take that merit.
If you crack the seal, you open it up, and luckily it is in Latin, a language you've been learning. Father Kale Wolf's been teaching you, and so you can read it. And it is a long letter on the need.
Well, I'll stumble through it like a second grader.
On the need for Winchester to support Francia, support a domain in Francia by sending Kindred to help against a Furier problem. And he's asking for the baronies of Avalon to send as much help as they can.
Are you reading it out
I'll
loud?
relate. Yeah,
Hey,
it's terribly embarrassing, but it comes out slowly. This may be our opportunity to learn some more about other kindred.
What's a furores? Is that what you said?
I don't know. I don't know anything. Let me go, please. Let me go.
All right,
I'm
I
gonna
think
cloud
I'll go.
memory.
Yeah, damn right. You can cloud my memory of this whole event while we're at it.
Wait, no one died. All right, so charisma plus dominate versus wits and resolve. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Oh shit! You'd be so failuring.
He
It's
is
not good when
Mr.
God says
Failure.
that.
Somehow.
Somehow you do not beat your failure, and you manage to cloud the memory because she gets. You know what? She's going to roll a willpower. She's going to roll a willpower. Nah, I'm just kidding.
This is the cruelest use of willpower.
So she suddenly she goes, "Where am I? What am I doing here? Who are you?"
I don't know. We see you stumbling around up here in the ruins, and we thought to come check. You're pretty out of it. Are you all right?
She reaches down, she grabs a knife. I'll cut you.
Okay, we're leaving. We're leaving.
I run
Obviously,
away.
you don't want to be disturbed. Enjoy your evening.
Have I done harm?
We were just checking on your
You've done,
you backhanded her.
You backhanded her. You did your harm.
I don't know if that counts as enough harm.
I
I don't
mean,
know how strong my compulsions are.
What, you want to kick her?
Give her another
want to.
You can give her another one if you want.
Joshy doesn't want to, but Suni might need to.
No, Suni's good.
Come on, fellas. She's clearly armed and able to take care of herself. We have other business. Sorry to bother you, man.
All right, at this point, we're going to take our 10 minutes real quick, guys, and we will be right back.
absolute.
To say at least mine, I have 2 dexterity and 1 stealth.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for taking that break with us. I hope you stretched your legs, got a drink, took care of yourself, because you've only got one you, as Sacrosong likes to say. I'm going to do our quick mid-session check-ins real quick. We're going to start with Wendretta. How you doing so far?
Doing great. I am just loving this train wreck while coming up before us. It's great.
Seth?
I'm doing pretty good. Maybe the dice aren't rolling so well for me, but we're having a lot of fun.
Nice. Kinnerick?
Doing fantastic. That was such a wonderful role play. So terrible at the same time.
All right. Joshy?
Joshy's doing great. Suni not so much.
Davey?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Androd is disgusted and disappointed and like just like can't take these people anywhere. This is what I got to work with.
And Roswin.
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, I was laughing so hard. I pretty much had to be muted that entire scene because I just couldn't stop cracking up.
All right, with that scene taken care of, and in the past where it belongs now, we are left with Ellie, Nerded Art, and Keyword Savior, Kinnerick, Roswin, and Wendretta. What were the 3 of you going to do? While the other 3 went to the Roman chapel. Don't all speak at once.
I know, right?
I'm deferring to Wendretta.
Gee, thanks.
Perhaps while the evening is still young, Roswin does still have this small gold lion that was found in the granary. So perhaps while the evening is still young and she would catch one of the priests at the local church, she would approach him and see if maybe he could tell her about it. What is this?
Okay. So you approach one of the priests, and he looks at you, and he looks at the lion. He goes, "My dear, where did you ever come across this?"
One of my servant girls says that she found it in the granary.
In a granary. He takes the lion and he spins around. He goes, "This is fine quality. This is fine gold. This should never have been found in the granary." He looks at you. "Are you sure?" And he almost accusatory. He looks at you. "Are you sure this was found in the grain and given to you?"
The girl's been known to be honest. I have no reason to suspect her a liar. But of course, I'd like to know who the rightful owner is so I can return it to them. I was hoping that one such as yourself might have an idea of who it may belong to.
This is clearly church gold, my dear. Clearly church gold. They should be back in the hands of the church, of course.
You know this for a fact, sir.
Of course, absolutely. I'm a priest. I would never tell a lie. What's the subterfuge?
Can I roll to tell? Yeah, thank you.
What's the subterfuge?
Sure about that.
He's not telling the truth, obviously. But you need to find a way to prove it, because now he's in possession of the gold lion because you've let him hold it. And he's got his hands on it, he's wrapping it. He's, yes, I will bring this back to the treasury with lickety split.
Sir, no, I'm afraid that my lord and mistress would be most upset if they weren't sure this was sent to its proper home. Before I can pass it on, I must get their approval.
And your mistresses?
Lord Ethelwine, of course. And as she says this, she hits her hand back on the trinket that he is trying to wrap up and slips it away from him if she can.
Oh, you can. It leaves his hands, and he grumbles. He goes, "I do not." He goes, "Yeah, of course. We wouldn't want to upset your master. Of course not."
Nor would we want the Lord to judge us for our covetousness, should we?
Of course, you should not covet this. This is why you should give it to the church.
If it is found to belong to the church, then it shall be so.
Of course. But he does look at it again. He goes, "I have seen something like that before. I don't remember exactly where, but I have seen that lion. Particularly the sun. He points to the bottom. He goes, that right there, the bottom portion. It looks as if it was broken off from a sun disk."
Fascinating. I had hoped a learned man such as yourself might have some information on its imagery. I do appreciate your assistance, sir.
I'm going to give a quick roll.
I will
for
track
him.
down the original owner. I'm sorry?
I'm going to make a quick roll for him to see exactly how much he can tell you. Without touching it anymore, he does kind of like lean in to look at it. He goes, there's words very, very faintly impressed into the gold. Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus.
That is Latin, is it not?
The unconquered sun. Interesting. I wonder what that could mean. What that could reference.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
Sol, S-O-L, Invictus.
In the translation.
Unconquered sun.
Well, sir, I will do my best to seek out its original owner. I'm sure they'll be able to confirm that it was donated to the church, and it will be given immediately back as soon as that is verified. I appreciate your time.
Yes, very well. He seems very displeased at not being able to take that lion, that gold lion, but he wanders away. Windretta, Kinerick, what are you up to?
Well, after the coterie meeting, now she's really curious about all these other creatures, wants to look more into the witch, but she's illiterate AF, so she can't do any reading.
All right. Do you head out to... Well, the other way to learn things is to do it firsthand.
Is there anybody who could tell us about folklore, or anybody who might know about local tales about such things?
Old crones usually know stuff about that.
Wait, are you saying that I need to go to Winchester and play with the witch?
I'm just throwing out ideas.
I mean, first-hand knowledge would be interesting. Want to go on a trip, Kinerick?
No, I think it's better if you stay close to Cuthwood until he's fully bonded. Ursula.
Okay, fine.
I think after my meeting with the priest, it may be a good idea for me to summon Win the Wise and make my way to Windreda's estate anyway, so that I can let her know what she found and see if Win has any information for us. Because I know she's been looking into things during the week. So we'll have a little mini coterie meeting on the side, if that works.
And I've been meaning to
Just girls.
And I've been meaning to debut a new kind of role that I've come up with, and to use your retainers. I want you to make a wits plus retainers roll.
Wits plus retainers roll. Okay.
I want to see how
would that
successful your retainer is at getting you the information you want.
Okay. So in that case, if I'm just using Win in this scene, I would use her 2 dots.
Would use her 2 dots, yes.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So let's see.
Diff 3.
You want to?
I can re-roll the willpower.
Please re-roll.
Win.
Yay!
That's a crit.
That's a crit. All right. So what do you want to know? What have you sent Win to look for?
Well, I just want to know what kind of gossip is going around the town, really, what people are talking about. You know, she goes to see everyone, right? She's the local midwife. She's a healer. So, you know, if there's been any whispers of mysterious happenings, if she's heard any further information about Ethelwine or about this lion that she brought me from the granary, you know, anything interesting.
There's quite a bit of news that since you got a crit, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to give you. First big news is that a lot of the beggars in the merchant part of Winchester seem to have found a new kind of patron. Someone is taking care of them now. Someone claims to protect them, or they claim that someone is protecting them. That the poor are being protected now, and they don't say by who, but they say they are being protected. But at nightfall, word spreads among many noble retainers and market whisperers. Bishop Aldrich lies deathly ill. Several priests and scribes in his circle are already dead. Some choked on their own blood, others wasted away over days. Some, they say, aging in decades in a single breath.
Has she, as a medicine woman, has she been to observe this herself? Or is she just hearing things?
She has, and she says she's never seen anything like this before. She's literally watched someone age. But then she remarks, but I've also become younger myself.
Seems that someone's found a way to do the opposite. Most intriguing.
Or if somebody's no longer maintaining blood bonds.
It would make sense that they would have most of the priesthood ghouled. Oh, kitty cat. I once again present the lion to the group. I've been to see one of the local priests to inquire about this item. They say it has an engraving on it in Latin. Sol Invictus. The unconquered sun. Perhaps the top of a what did they say it was again? It was broken off of a sundial.
Sun disk.
A sun disk. Okay.
Are we back in attendance?
I'm not sure. Who did you go to see? Well, it takes a while to get from Winchester to the state anyway, so you guys could have arrived back in time, depending on when she left.
Yeah, I went from meeting the priest to Windreda's estate.
The one thing I wanted to do was check the scuttlebutt kind of the guard, kind of much the same as she did regarding anything supernatural, but we can resolve that later.
Yeah, we'll resolve that after we resolve this.
Okay.
Okay, so if we're talking about Sol Invictus, I think it's something that Anarod might know about, to be perfectly honest. Because he is, while illiterate, has a pretty good grasp on the history of Britain. So
That's
I would
fair.
propose an intelligence academics role, the specialty in history,
I think
for
that's
some info.
with a difficulty of 3. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Intelligence. Yep, 6 dice. That's 3 successes.
That is 3 successes. All right. So what you know, Sol Invictus was an official cult of the people who were here before the Saxons. One of many cults that they had, and it was very prevalent in the British Isles. In the Isles, for some reason or other, it became very popular, and never really seems to have completely died out. It's cropped. You've heard it's cropped up over and over again in the course of your life. You've heard it in alt cult. You've heard it here. Now you've heard it here. You've heard it elsewhere. I'm trying to figure exactly how much you would know as a because there aren't many archaeologists around giving the information we know about it now.
It's just like, yeah, they worship the sun. That's pretty much their deal.
I think that's fair. People who worship the
As a
sun.
bard, he would have like a good oral history.
Yeah, good
you know?
oral history.
Yeah.
So know as much as you think you should know.
Yeah. So you just kind of just be like, Sol Invictus was one of those old gods the Romans had. Worship the sun. That's all I know, really. But, some people still keep those old ways.
How did this come to be in a granary?
Maybe you have
On the
pagans in your
estate.
midst.
The boy was a
Other
thief.
than
Well, so we may have come across something that ties into that in some way. So we went up to the old Roman ruins and spoke with Juliana. She was waiting for Scribe. Would you like to insert name here?
Prince Bishop
Yep,
Alias.
Prince Bishop Alias, yeah.
Just say Jennifer Garner.
Maybe that was a holdover from Roman times, the idol you found?
could be. Anyway, she was waiting a long time, so I suspect that Prince Bishop Alias may be one of the no longer alive Canaanites that our sires dispensed with.
Maybe it was the sire of Cuthwin.
Possibly. We don't know exactly who's pulling Cuthwin's strings up until now.
Well, apparently there is...
Is Cuthwin
Juliana's-
fully gold at this point? Could we just ask him about it straight up? No?
You could just
Definitely
you
gold. I don't know
probably,
about the second part.
you probably could just ask. You could ask him anything you want.
I was gonna say, since he's a little more like enamored, I guess, with her, could she get away with actually talking to him like a human being and him actually talking to her, or is that something that's gotta wait until he's further gold?
No,
I mean, I'd approach and ask him about it. I'm fairly certain I could play it in a way that wouldn't make him suspicious.
absolutely. You
Go
guys
for it.
attempt anything you like. I'm down.
And I hold up the letter. Apparently, Kindred from Francia are requesting assistance in some matter. from whatever kindred were here before we came. And I will proceed to read the letter to them like a second grader.
Yeah. Admiral is really impressed with that, though. He's like, this guy's amazing.
Look at him read.
Jeez.
Kindred. Do you mean Canaanites?
Oh, yes, Canaanites.
That's what he said.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that's
there are
that's definitely what I said.
Perhaps there are more words for the same thing.
Speaking of our meeting with Juliana, what the hell was going on with you, Suni?
What are you speaking of?
I feel like we've all done things, past and present, that we weren't super proud of, that we didn't necessarily have control of.
What did you do?
I mean,
Just
a couple of
have to
weeks
go
ago,
watch her.
Anarod tried to kill the boy.
But you're just
And I
supposed
was
to
the-
watch her.
I
Is
was
she
the
dead?
one who had to save the boy.
You must be warned, Suni may have roughed her up a touch.
You were just supposed to watch her.
That was the plan, yes.
It got a little out of hand.
I thought we were talking to her.
Did you
it was
change her
very-
memory?
It was very quickly changed to we were talking to her. We were watching her, and then suddenly we were getting closer to her in order to talk to her, I guess. And
No,
We
no,
talked
you
to
were
her.
getting closer to her. Well, we certainly did that,
Real
yes.
How close?
Intimately close.
also, you. I haven't changed my face yet.
He doesn't look like
you're just some other guy who just wandered in.
Just some weird guy with Suni's voice.
Just some super Saxon looking person.
with Suni's
Plain
voice.
face.
Well, we noticed he changed his appearance slightly before, and he did mention being able to change it.
Suni, you don't look yourself.
This
You may want to
NPC walked
correct
in.
that now.
I don't know, I kind of like it.
You guys should have seen it. The whole process was disgusting.
It's an improvement.
Is she still alive?
Nothing bad could happen.
Yeah, she's still alive and she doesn't remember much of what happened.
Nothing.
Well, that's good at least.
Oh no. Did you just rouse check?
I sure did.
Okay, Hunger 5. There we go. Fantastic.
I was told that I should change my face back.
Okay, so you changed your face back. So hungry.
Face is gonna get
There are
changed, though.
caveats. There are caveats to that kind of request.
No, that was a straight request from Roswin. Roswin said you should change your face back.
If Roswin
I
told
did.
you
I
to
didn't think
jump
about
off
the
a
fact that
cliff,
you were in Hunger 4, though.
wait.
Please, milady.
I just want to point out that earlier on, Leaf said at least that didn't happen back at the estate.
Yeah.
Wait, so Anarod, did you do anything wrong this time, or are you okay?
I'm completely blameless in this situation. It was all Suni.
That's shocking.
Anarod did defuse the situation.
Shocking.
I didn't do anything like.
Hey, look at that, Zed.
Definitely acted out of character, but I did not act.
Josh, you can re-roll that rouse check, by the way. Someone just spent some channel points to reverse your fortune.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Thank you.
Oh.
All right, you do not go to Hunger 5.
It would have been really wild if it was another bestial failure.
I hold him
Suni,
down.
you look a mite peckish. Perhaps you should go find something to eat.
Uh, in due time, we were having a conversation, divulging the night's trials and tribulations.
Zed, do you want to go over that letter again, real quick?
Yes, I will go over that letter again. A domain in Francia. It does not. The domain does not say its name, but the letters from Lord Micah requests aid from the Knights of Winchester to help with an issue of furies in these attacking the domain.
Am I familiar with that word?
No, but I know people who would be familiar with that word, but you haven't gone and sought them out yet.
You should have asked her.
We did. She didn't know.
Suni, why don't you go back and ask her?
Okay, it's enough giving Suni
Hopefully.
orders.
I know not the word.
Yeah, Furies is an interesting new word, and also, at any point did any of our I don't think my sire told me that we were kindred, Canite, whatever. So that's a new word to me as well.
The gangrel did, though.
Oh yes, the gangrel did.
I think Canite was the verbiage that he.
It was.
You are correct.
If
I'm
I ever
remembering.
use the term kindred, I mean Canite in this time period. If I ever use kindred, I do mean Canite.
Kindred didn't come around until the Camarilla, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Treaty of Thorns.
Meta.
All right.
Yeah, we don't know that. So you say that there is somebody that would know that, but we haven't sought them out. Are you?
I'm talking
referring-
Adhelm. I'm talking about Adhelm. I
Oh,
know,
okay,
and I know,
Adhelm,
some,
yeah.
and I'm bringing him up because two of you had mentioned in downtime that you wanted to seek him. So I'm making
We
sure
wanna
he
seek him,
remains.
yeah.
I'm making sure he remains fresh in
Yeah.
everyone's mind. So if people do wish to go speak to Adhelm, I will remember to do so.
Okay.
Is this something that we should bring to the gangrel's attention, or is this something that we should keep a secret from them?
He didn't tell us he was a
Be
gangrel
fired.
yet, right?
He did.
He said the word gangrel.
Oh, he did.
He
Okay.
said he was a gangrel exile.
I think at this point, any risk of secrecy would be outweighed by the necessity of information.
I mean, we're not going to reply to this letter. We're not going to send anyone to Francia.
I mean, we could
Why?
show good faith.
Why?
My only concern with that would be that we would lose our foothold where we're at.
They don't
Okay,
command us.
Plus, traveling to Francia takes a long time.
I'm not sure I have the
Well,
money
not
for
only
it.
that, we're not who the who the letter was even addressed to.
We should seek out the Lord Bishop.
That is a good point.
Yeah, maybe Adhelm knows some of these names and words.
What's the name of the priest that Leif has again?
Father Ceolwald? Carewold?
Would Father Carewolf be able to tell anything about this?
I can ask him.
Seems like a good first place to start.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty.
Danny? If you bring this to Father Carewolf's attention, what would you be bringing to his? What would you be asking him?
I would ask him if he recognized any of the names in there or that word that none of us know.
Oh, he doesn't
He'd also
recognize. He doesn't recognize any of this. None of the names, none of the Canaanite specific terms you've been introduced to. He doesn't seem to know anything about any of that.
So to clarify, Prince Bishop Alias is not just some like churchman who just happens to be a Canite. It's like a Canite title, presumably.
He's never heard the title Prince
Okay.
Bishop before in his life. The only
Yeah.
bishop he knows and recognizes is Aldrich. Bishop Aldrich, who's sick currently. Very sick.
Poor guy.
And everyone's praying.
We may need to look into that as well.
Everyone's praying
A
for his
sick
soul.
bishop?
Never heard of Prince Bishop before. I assume it's some weird Canite thing.
Let's go see if we can
Do Canaanites claim
summon
titles?
Adhelm from the darkness.
It couldn't hurt. Well, I have not heard the rumors, have I? I haven't heard the rumors, so never mind. I'm not even going to say that. We have heard rumors, though, that the beggars have a new protector who is looking out for them. That sounds like it might be
that's
him,
my
right?
rumor. Right. That's my rumor, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
one of your
I think
rumors,
so.
yes.
The Merchant's Quarter.
Yeah, I had heard that some of the poorest in Winchester had a new protector.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Perhaps we should
Curious.
seek these rumors out.
Perhaps Aldhelm is building a domain within ours, as he said he would.
I wonder if I could get one of my contacts to see if there's anything that they can find out.
Which
It sounds like it's K-Night business, so finding some of the mortals I know might be tricky.
Not hard to find a beggar in that section of town.
Seems like searching out this Aldhelm fellow may be our best option. Although I admit I do not trust him.
He would not come to my calls the other night. I had searched him out by myself, and he left me standing in the field.
Sounds like he's
It
not in the
seems-
field anymore.
It seems he's our only link to the world in which we were left as whelps.
Juliana was talking to a raven,
Auspicious.
and surrounded by rats and animals.
She was sent by others like
Micah.
us.
Yeah, what did she say her master's name was?
Micah.
Micah, that's right.
And what
Well,
type of
since that-
creature is she?
Like Coughlin, I think.
She appeared to be a ghoul.
Does that mean that her handler is also gone like Cuthwin's was, or is she...
No, she was not depleted.
Yeah, but she did say that it's the longest that he's ever made her wait.
That doesn't sound too good.
Well, it
that
sounds like
wasn't-
she's a ghoul of this Lord Micah, who's clearly in Francia calling for aid.
The person that she was waiting for was the Lord Bishop, the Prince Bishop, not her handler.
I think that was the other way around. I think the Prince Bishop was calling aid,
No.
and
no.
no, was I wrong?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was.
the letter
it was,
was.
the letter
yeah.
is from
The letter's
Micah.
from Micah, and to be delivered to Bishop, and Bishop
Yes.
is making her wait.
Yeah,
Yes,
and Micah is
right.
her
I see.
master.
Did we all feed from drunkards? Probably. I mean, I think I exclusively feed from drunkards.
did not feed and you're all the way up to hunger for 4. This is
You're
great.
just punch drunk, Joshy.
We could go back to
The
the
other
Roman
way.
ruins and see if that raven was up there. I don't know if it was in a special raven or not, but
What was it? A special raven?
It didn't have anything special about it that you could tell.
I think if you go back to the ruins, Suni should stay back.
Yeah, ghouls inherit one of their master's powers, so it sounds like maybe she inherited some animalism, possibly, from her master.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, she doesn't know who I am.
That is true.
Can you keep yourself in check for another visit?
Can any of us
attend?
reliably?
At this rate, at least she isn't dead.
Because I'm not the only one who has lost control.
She is a guest of my Lord Ethelwine. I may be able to approach her in a different way.
Guest.
I have promised her a dress. I can go see her early tomorrow evening to start taking measurements for this dress. See if I can get any information.
By that time, Cuthman will be blood bonded. We'll be able to ask him some questions.
Yep, I am getting there.
So, to recap, we have a bishop that we need to know about, a Micah that we may or may not care about, a Cuthwin to interrogate, Juliana to interrogate, and
A gangrel to find.
a gangrel to find. Although the gangrel, perhaps it's because I made my opinion of him so outwardly known that he did not come to speak with me. Perhaps Kinnerick, he would be more willing to speak with you since you had made your opinion opposing mine known as well.
Perhaps.
I'm going to give the gold lion to Windretta since he's become more enamored with you as of late. This was found on your lands, as far as I'm concerned. It's your and his property. Maybe he can tell you more about it.
I will take it to him and see if he knows anything, see if he has anything to say.
Yeah, maybe he's a secret pagan. Wouldn't that be a turnout for the books?
I mean, crazier things have been happening, so.
And who will go with me to speak with Aldhelm?
I'll come.
I'll come as well.
Because I do believe
Clap
that
on the shoulders.
it was just Roswin and I who publicly denounced him.
Yeah, Windretta was like, yeah, it'd be cool, but not really for, not really against.
You should come with. Show that we stand in, I don't even know what I want to say, a good sign of faith by the local Cainite nobility.
Might as well. We'll see what we can do.
All right, Anarad, I want you to give me a wits plus streetwise test again. I know it's
I
not
really
great
looked
for
up
you.
some of these stats.
It's not great for
I really
you.
looked
I know.
up some of these stats. It's 3 puny little dice.
Difficulty 2.
Oops. Here we go.
Hey.
Yay! There we go.
I got it.
As you, the three of you leave the estate. Windretta's going as
4.
well? 4. As
Yeah,
the 4 of,
she's
okay.
going.
All right, as the 4 of you leave the estate and head into Winchester, Anarad, you begin asking questions that you were asking ahead of time. And this time you actually get a response back. You're told that the person of the Adhelm's description has been seen specifically in the merchant district. He's living under the old leather worker's shop.
Okay, I'll relate that to everybody. Aldhelm, someone looking like him under the old leatherworkers shop in the merchant district. We should check it out. It's investigation time. Come on.
All right,
And he's-
investigation time. Let's go.
He has become a patron of the beggars.
Seems
Maybe
like-
he is the new leader.
The Rat King.
Yes, well.
As you arrive to the merchant district, the old leatherworkers shop is visible. It's old. It's no longer really occupied. A sign still waves outside of it, indicating that it is the leatherworkers shop. The door is off its hinges, slightly ajar, and a wind is blowing it back and forth.
Doesn't seem good. If nobody, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, did you say he was operating under the old leather workshop?
Yes.
Like from the basement or like underneath it?
Yeah, is there like a overpass or underpass or whatever?
You do find a door to a root cellar.
Right. Yeah. If I would like to try and get the door open if I can.
It opens. It's not locked from the inside. It
I was
opens.
going to say, I
with
move
the-
Anarad aside.
You know, say Kindred, go in first.
All right.
The cellar beneath the old
Well, you go
leatherworker's
then.
shop reeks of peat smoke and blood. Dust hangs thick in the air, disturbed only recently by footsteps that do not match any known watchman's patrol. Faint light spills from a brazier burning low near the back wall, where rusted tools hang like forgotten relics of trade and war. On the lintels, someone has scrawled crude protective marks in ash and animal blood. They're not Christian. They're personal. You see Adhelm crouched beside the dead fire, sharpening a long, battered blade with slow, deliberate rhythm. His mail is scorched, his cloak is torn, but his eyes are alive, bright and wary. Around him lie two slumped forms, sick men, beggars perhaps, their breathing shallow and their skin pale with recent feeding. He's not hunting the rich or powerful, he's feeding on the forgotten, the quarter's bones, he calls them, and now he's begun speaking for them. He looks up as Kinerick steps in, and he just smiles. I wonder when you'd come seeking me.
We come seeking counsel.
Counsel. He kind of growls without looking up. He goes, I'm not here to rebuild what they burned. He kind of waves his hand. He goes, I'm trying to bury it. This city belongs to no prince, no priest, no chain. If your coterie wants this quarter, you'll have to bleed for it. Is that what you're here for? Is that what you're really here for? You're here for counsel.
3 of us are here. We will speak to you. Oh, that's right. Roswin did come. Oh, everybody but Suni and Roswin. Excuse me. I apologize. I thought it was just us and Anurad. I forgot that Leaf came too. Okay, 4 of us then. Does anybody need to ask permission before they come in?
No.
No.
So I motion for the others to come down.
That's just me.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Aldhelm, see that you didn't go too far.
Told you I wasn't going to. What can I do for the 4 of you? So you're still traveling in packs?
That's right.
There's
Are you
safety in
familiar
numbers.
with these 2 names? Micah
Prince
and Prince Bishop.
Alias.
Oh, I forgot. Alias.
Jennifer Garner.
Prince Bishop alias. I was familiar with that name. He was Prince Bishop of this city.
Was? What happened to him?
I don't know what happened to him. All I know is that all the Canaanites that were here are gone.
So there is a name that you did not give us when we first spoke.
A lot I didn't tell you when we first spoke.
That is apparent. That is why we come to speak to you. There's much we don't know in this world that we were left to foundling in. We do not wish to rebuild, or I cannot speak for the others, but I do not wish to rebuild what they had. And I know you scoff at that. But we simply seek to establish ourselves in this world that we find ourselves in, not to replace what was lost.
Understand what it is you want me to teach you, or if it's any of my responsibility to begin with. But I can't, in good conscience, let you flounder. So I'll answer questions. But I'm not going out of my way to teach you how to survive. You're going to have to come to me and ask. I'm not seeking you out. I'm not holding your hands like some pups.
That is all that I ask.
What do you want to know?
For myself, I want to know what others like us and unlike us are persistent in the area. Those who might do us harm, who we don't see before they do.
Don't stay out. Don't leave the city if you can help it. The roads and the forest belong to other darker creatures. Things more powerful than you can even imagine. We don't really have names for them. We just call them them. They hunt the night. And they'll kill you if they find you. If they discover you.
They are a threat to these bodies?
They're a threat to all bodies. Perhaps you've met one of them. You wouldn't even know it yet.
Do you know them by name? Or the name of their guys? I've forgotten them, honestly. The Weaver, or not the Cooper and
Cooper.
The one I bit.
Wow, the
Faye.
Puka.
Oh, it was
Robin.
Robin.
I don't know anything about them. Or what you're talking about. Perhaps you've run into something I've never encountered before in my life. Looks down
Prince
around.
Bishop.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Prince Bishop Alias. Who was he? Where could he be found when he was here?
Prince Bishop Alias is old. Older than the Saxons, who came to claim these lands. He's a servant. He's old enough to have been alive, to be active when Mithras was active.
Mithras?
So much you don't understand, there's so much you don't know, and there's not even enough time to tell you everything that you need to know, but you are not alone. You never have been. They are so close. They could be here within days if they needed to be. Other Canaanites, others like us, from London,
In the Isles?
Bath, we, Southcote, everywhere. We are everywhere. Except here now. Something, whoever created you, seems to have destroyed all the Canaanites of Winchester. Not just the Prince Bishop, but my allies. All of them are gone. I cannot find a word at any of them. Sister Taneas, Herefrith, Cardware, Ethelgifu, all gone.
From how far away would they hail? Is that only in Winchester?
Stops
You're missing friends.
He stops and he considers, they weren't my friends. They hounded me from this city just as much as any other Canaanite has.
Why?
I'm not sad to see them gone. I only wish I could have claimed the victory myself. But it's going to be a hollow victory once the Canaanites of London discover this. They will send retribution here.
That's what you think. And have
We've
you
intercepted a letter.
You can read?
Yes. I've taught myself to read.
Interesting. A letter from whom?
A canine named Micah.
Do not know.
They're asking for the help of the bishop. There's a problem in Francia, apparently.
What problem in Francia does this Micah have?
The letter wasn't specific.
use the word furores?
He laughs out loud. Furies have a problem. Of course they would. He stands and he takes a bow. I would be considered Fiore. Rebels. Outcasts.
Ah, I see.
Oftentimes considered violent. Not as organized here in the baronies of Avalon as we are elsewhere. So the
Rebels against what?
everything. Who has the right to tell immortal creatures how to live? No one. But yet all we do, all this kind does, is make hierarchies and rules and tyranny. And some of us wish to see it torn down. I plan to see that it does not rise again, at least here. No kings, no queens.
It's an interesting point of view you have.
Since Roswin gave Windretta the golden calf, she's gonna pull it out of her pocket and show it to him. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this means?
Looks at it, turns it over once or twice. This is the figure from a sun disk, symbol of the Mithraeum. Someone's leaving you a message.
Somebody saw a white line in the water.
True, I did see a white line in the water.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
Storyteller did
Wait,
it.
what was that again?
Yeah, yeah, when you guys were getting baptized, Anarod saw a vision of some kind of lion swimming in the water, or
that's right.
underneath the water.
Lionfish.
Maybe, who knows? Yes. What does this symbol mean? The lion. What's the significance of it?
Well, before the really old ones came, there were lions on this island. The Albion lion. It was a symbol of the people here. But it was changed. It was taken. It was taken as a symbol of Mithras. One of his symbols.
Who is this
Mithras.
Mithras?
You speak of him with reverence, fear. Is this the king of the Canaanites?
If there was a king of the Canaanites, it would not be Mithras. But don't let Mithras know that. Mithras believes otherwise. He's an ancient Canaanite. Powerful. With influence over these entire islands. Far older than me. No more myth at this point. Has been sleeping for centuries, but his cult remains.
Mithrium. Place of worship for him.
He will
Does
wake
Winchester have such a place?
Not that I'm aware of, but I would be surprised if it did not.
So someone is sending us a message with this golden calf. Lion. Getting religions mixed up.
All right.
Yeah.
Wrong mythology.
Movie.
Cast it into the fire.
Um,
What of those who are gone and those who they have blood bound? What will happen to them, because it is becoming obvious for many of them?
Unless if they're old, they're dead. If they're not entirely old, they'll survive. But it's only a matter of time. There's going to be many, many dead. Because there were many, many servants.
How many were there?
Oh, I couldn't even give you a number. There's just many of them. You need to understand Prince Bishop Aeolus is old. Not as old as Mithras by any means, but old. And quite influential. Maintained a very strict control over Winchester.
did he exercise his authority through the church?
Yes. Yes, he did.
He commanded the bishop, the mortal bishop.
Some rumor that he even controls the king. Or controlled the king.
Now he's dead.
So, what kind of creature would it have taken to destroy him? Something old and powerful, no doubt.
Well, looks at you. Treachery. Most likely. Treachery.
That is something we're all becoming quite accustomed to, it seems. For my own, are there any others that you can tell us of that we have not seen?
The Canaanites I know called Winchester home. none of them seem to remain. I was close to one of them. But I'm not going to punish the children for the sins of the sires.
How gracious of you.
Particularly when I'm outnumbered 4-1.
I have no wish
Of
to
which
steal
sire do you speak?
Yours. I can only assume that you were created after the destruction or the disappearance of the Canaanites that were here.
Certainly seems to be the case.
I intend to stay in Winchester and to make this, waves his hand, the market my domain. I don't believe that's going to be an issue, is it? I'm not going to
Anrod is
keep you.
looking.
I don't believe so.
Anrod was
I do not believe we seek dominion over you.
You were saying, Davey?
I was going to say, Anrod looks pointedly at Windreda.
She ignores that.
Well, you are the local closest to nobility, and now you're
Yeah.
Canaanite nobility in a vacuum, so...
Yeah, right?
You pretty much get to say whether or not this guy stays or goes.
Sure.
I have no problem with it, but must it be from this particular area? Haven't these people suffered enough?
One needs to protect these people.
Protect them? Feed from them? Is that really protecting them?
I give of that myself, they give of themselves. We have a symbiotic relationship. You would never use the term symbiotic because it probably doesn't even exist at this point in time. But I scratch their backs, they scratch mine.
There is no problem with you staying. Just do not have anything that you do come back to us. This is your mess, not ours.
Don't worry. I'll burn it down if necessary. He looks at Anarad.
He just says nothing.
Now, if you'll excuse me for the evening, I have supper. If you care to join me, he motions to the two forms sort of underneath cloaks. You're more than welcome to. But it might not be to your liking.
I take Lady Windreder and lead her upstairs, leaving the others to do what they might do.
She ain't gonna feed and then
out.
puke everywhere.
Yeah, well, I leave as well.
Leif?
Yes, I left as well.
All right. Roswin, Suni, what are you two doing during this? While they're doing that.
Well, if Suni would like to feed on the way back, he could go with me to speak with Juliana if he wishes.
Feed on Juliana.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
All right, you'd like to feed. All right. You cannot take half on a feeding test during the course of play because that's just not fair. That's just no fun. So, and are you going to feed the normal way, extortionism way? I assume.
Is it an option that I don't?
It's. I mean, I suppose it is, but the feeding types are really hard to change, so it's really up to you what you want to do. And I'm going to let you know you probably don't even need to worry about it because we're not going much longer.
Yeah, no, I'll lay low.
Okay.
I'll hang in the background and let Roswin talk to the woman.
Okay, it's up to you. So you're going back to Ethelwine's, I understand it,
Yes.
to speak to Juliana. All right, when you arrive at Ethelwine, she is getting ready for sleep because it's late. It's nighttime. People have been up late. She's been spent a bunch of her time over at the old chapel. So when you arrive, she is getting ready for bed. And how do you approach her?
I say if I make it a point to bump into her in the hallway, as she's heading to bed. Oh, my lady, so delightful to see you again. I do hope that we can make an appointment soon so that I can come take your measurements for the dress we discussed.
She seems a little. Oh, yes, of course. She shifts left. Her eyes shift left to right, and she kind of moves around you. Around you in a different direction, is kind of turning your back as she's coming around the other side.
I don't I don't like make a move for her, but I turn my body with hers so that I'm still facing towards her.
Okay, so as she does that, give me a wits plus wits plus awareness check.
Wits plus awareness.
Yes.
There we go.
You easily spot.
Rolled twice, yeah.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah, it took a minute.
Took a minute. Where'd it go? All right, so those three successes. Because it rolled twice.
Yes, I got three successes on both rolls. One of which, though, I did get a fail roll. But if three is the number to hit,
three is the target number you were looking to hit anyway. From the corner of your eye, you see a half-naked Ethelwine kind of burst out of her room, kind of down the hallway.
As I see this, I'm elbowing Suni, going, "You saw that too, right? You saw that too."
So Ethelwine's running?
Ethelwine's not really running, but he's fast walking out of the room back toward his.
Mm.
My lady, I'm afraid you just missed your husband. It seems he.
Well, this is no. Winfled's not here.
I'm pretending.
Oh, okay.
I am pretending
that
no, I did not just see Ethelwine. Oh, is your husband okay? I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet, but it seems like he's in a hurry.
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even look embarrassed.
I'm going to try my best to play it off like I did not see who it was.
What does Suni do?
Yeah, Suni would have, true to character, he would have. I'll allow the ladies to speak, and I would follow Ethelwine, not chasing him, but removing myself from the situation. And if I happen to find out anything about Ethelwine, that would be wonderful. But I'm specifically not chasing him.
Absolutely excellent. Give me a wits plus awareness check while you're walking to find out where he went with your 4 hunger. Oh, you only have 2 dice for that. Oh.
Yep.
I was waiting for more dice to get rolled. Okay.
Awareness is not a trait that I possess.
Apparently not. Apparently it is not a trait you possess. All right, so
I truly have the middle row of skills, and that's about it.
You lose Ethelwine in his house. And you find yourself lost amongst the Hall of Doors and so on and so forth. So you are And I don't remember you asking permission to walk into his house.
I live there too, so I theoretically
That's
could
fair.
have given him
Fair.
permission, right?
Fair. Very fair.
okay.
Yep. Very fair.
Okay, yeah. I thought the permission was implied by Roswin
That's fair.
allowing me
That
entry
works
to
for
the
me
I
too.
live there, so
That works for me.
Yeah, if I get lost, I'll just wander the halls in attempt to exit.
Okay. You will find the exit eventually. Rosalind, what are you doing while Suni's not running after Ethelwine, but following after Ethelwine? A half-naked Ethelwine.
I'm still giving my full attention to Juliana.
Okay.
My lady, perhaps we can meet tomorrow evening.
Yes, definitely. Tomorrow evening will be wonderful.
I bid you good night. I hope your husband feels better soon.
Of course he will. He will be wonderful. She goes back into her room. All right, guys, we're gonna call it there because we are hitting that 12 o'clock hour, midnight, which is a little late for us. All right, so that was a blast. I had a good time.
What happened?
A lot. Did it? I thought.
Give her another one.
We're gonna start with our normal what you like, didn't like, so on and so forth. But we're gonna start with Davey today, and we're gonna go clockwise from there. So, Davey, tell me what you liked, didn't like, your favorite scene, and your favorite roleplay of the night.
I like the situation we're in with Oldhelm now, that he's basically just squatting on our territory and being like, do something about it. From Anorod's point of view, like, he kind of likes to cut this guy's jib, that he's not, like, he doesn't do... he doesn't do what anyone tells him to do, and he kind of respects that. Also, the I can never say this word. Is it Furor? How do you pronounce it? Furor? Furores.
Yes, that's how I pronounce
Furores?
it.
I have no idea. It sounds weird when I say it. Anyway, that sort of status, that sounds like maybe more what he'd be into than like being part of Windreda's hierarchy. So he's kind of got some sympathy there, but also he kind of doesn't like the fact that this guy is just hanging out in their territory, and kind of thinks that maybe at some point they might have to do something about that. Anyway, it's a nice thing to think about, a nice little situation to have. So I'm excited about that. Really enjoyed the pagan squad going out to the church and just like being woefully incompetent again.
These dice.
Pagan squad powers activate.
Pagan squad powers activate. Joshy, tell me all the things.
I loved the session. It was so much fun. I love the introduction of the greater world. Like having that missive from Frankia, truly, like, there is a part of Suni that's like, well, no, we should go to Frankia because that makes other vampires like us. Favorite roleplay was, I mean, obviously it was my scene. I'm sorry, everyone. What did I learn? I learned that there's vampires on the mainland. There's vampires elsewhere. There's all sorts of stuff. I didn't necessarily learn about other things, but I learned that there are more of us. Yeah, it was good. I don't. Are there other questions that I haven't fulfilled? Am I?
You're pretty good. I mean, I've got a format, but if you don't follow, it's because I forget about it myself anyway. Kindred, what you like, didn't like, role play, and favorite scene?
I think it's going to be pretty consistent that the favorite roleplay definitely was the Pagan Squad. I was cracking up so hard during that. It was so freaking entertaining. Tonight was fine. I was kind of I'm not going to say I was backburnered. It's just the way the storytelling went, but the way I'm kind of feeling today, it was perfectly fine for me. I was fully entertained by everything. It's not a don't like, but the only thing that kind of, it's kind of like when we're asked a question and I'm kind of like leaving space for anybody else. And it's kind of like, okay, I guess Kendrick's going to speak up, but it's just kind of it's a good thing we'll keep working out, I guess, if people have questions. We need a conch to be able to pass to each other, so it's like, okay, I want to talk now.
Well, that's what the hands are for.
Well, I mean, even if as characters, I guess.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
Yeah.
We can perfect that, yeah. But no, tonight was a freaking blast. I enjoyed the crap out of it, and you guys are freaking awesome people to spend Monday with.
I agree. Seth.
I had a blast. I thought the Pagan Squad was pretty funny this evening. That was a really good time. I also enjoyed the introduction kind of to the greater world of Canaanite society. I think that was pretty neat. And I like that we have Aldhelm lurking around there in the darkness, so we can kind of ask some questions too. I think that'll be super helpful in the future. Yeah, I had a blast.
Very cool. Ellie.
Yes, definitely had a blast. And again, his favorite roleplay, that Pagan Squad, man. You guys are not allowed to go out by yourselves ever again. You guys need
liabilities.
you guys need a supervisor or an adult to go with you. The only thing that I didn't like, and it's not so much a didn't like as it's like, oh crap. It's when you finally realize what you want to do. And the scene has already moved on, and it's like, I guess there's always next week. But it was all great. All of it was, just echoing off everybody else. One thing she also learned is that there were a lot of people ghouled in Winchester and the surrounding area. There's going to be a lot of dead people soon, probably, and that's probably going to be a problem. So that's going to be fun to figure out.
Nerded Art.
Oh man, I had a great time tonight. My cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing so much that entire time. It was really good times. I've got nothing but good things. It's so awesome hanging out with you guys here on Mondays, and just playing vampires and watching the chaos unfold. I don't really have much to add.
Excellent. All right, real quick before we go further, 3 XP for everyone tonight. Make sure we mark that down. Next weekend, we won't be having game because it's the 7th and it's my anniversary. So we will pick this back up the following Monday. That doesn't mean that we won't be doing downtimes. I'm going to make an effort to do more downtimes this week because we are going to be missing game. So I will do live downtimes. I will do non-live downtimes. I will do whatever you guys want so we don't lose any momentum from skipping a week. Now, things I liked about tonight. What I didn't like about tonight. We'll go with that first. There isn't anything I didn't like about tonight. The game was designed differently. I'm sure you guys noticed. It was designed differently. It was more, what do you want to do? I don't know how I feel about that. I might go back to my normal one, but I had mentioned that I wanted to try a different style. And I still think it worked fine. It worked well. And if we hadn't started 15 minutes late, we would have gotten the full. Well, we did get this. We are basically getting the full amount of time out of it, regardless anyway. So it's not like there was no difference. So I guess it works. So both styles work. What I really liked about the game was opening the wider world of darkness up, and finally getting there and doing some things you don't usually see. Like, you don't really see. Well, what happens if a city's worth of kindred just die in one night? What happens to their ghouls? What happens in this vacuum when there's no one there just to give the blood to like maybe 100-year-old ghoul? Well, what happens to that dude? Well, shit, he dies. Sucks to be him. Terrible thoughts. I like coming at different angles with different stuff that I haven't personally done myself as a storyteller. I had fun with Adhelm, and I had so much fun with the Pagan Squad. You guys were a blast. It was so much fun. No one died. No one got killed tonight, so that was great.
That's a first.
There were no
one even took a
stains.
stain.
No one even took a stain tonight, which is good. Which is really good. So 3 XP for everybody. Let's see who we can't raid tonight. Who do we have a raid target? Let me take a look. I should have looked at this before, but I was too busy having fun.
All good. Don't forget your end credits.
Oh, end credits. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to go to Mortal Rolls.
You're welcome.
We're going to Mortal
Fantastic.
Rolls because they are fun and I like going to them. Raid.
Yeah.
Mortal. All right, so everyone, we're going to start this raid. I think. Mortal Rolls. Yep, we're going to start this raid, and I'm going to get on to our end credits. Peace, everybody. I love you. We'll see you when I see you, which will be real soon. Peace.
If you fail 6, you hit frenzy. Oh man.
Well, guys, I'm still gonna be in chat, but I'm gonna transfer to the computer out in the living room because it's about 100 degrees in my bedroom right now. So
Ooh.
I will be in chat, but not on cam.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out in chat too.
This is really a really fun group to play with.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
really, really, really enjoy it.
Never know what's going to come up every single week.
Like I've played with easily hundreds of people on dozens of different games. And this is a really, really fun group to play with. Storytelling's great. The players are a ton of fun to be around. So
And the
appreciate you
energy
guys,
is good.
Yeah, appreciate you guys letting me be a part of this on Monday nights.
Oh, I'm glad to have you, man.
Yeah, the same.
Thanks for being part of it.
Echo all of that. That's it's such a leap of faith to doing these online games with people you don't know, and it's like, holy crap, this worked out so well. I'm so glad.
Yeah, it worked out so much better than I expected it to be honest.
I was
Yeah,
was
like-
nervous advertising for this game on the WAD Discord because you never know. I don't know if you guys use the Discord
Exactly.
very often, but you never know the quality of player you're really going to get from that Discord. And I lucked out. I lucked out like immensely with you too. Like I'm so happy. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the way it's turned out in any way, shape, or form.
I actually stumbled across your stream. That's how I found you.
I know that's so weird.
Oh, really? That's how that's.
Say this is a really good first tabletop role playing. Definitely, this is great.
Discoverability on Twitch is so bad. I'm surprised anyone finds me.
You're not wading through the actual absolute muck.
What's that?
Ellie's first tabletop, like not having to wade through the absolute dredges.
Oh,
I've heard horror stories, especially with local tabletops around here when there was some. I had heard so many horror stories, and the people that I knew who played it were not exactly the best, so I kind of stayed away from it for a long time.
it's a wild, wild world out there.
Especially when you enter the like sensitive subjects that World of Darkness tends to bring up, right? Like,
Yeah.
it invites things to be taken badly because it is monstrous in nature, right?
It's almost kind of like the worst of the worst kind of pick up something like this so that they can, make their fantasies into a reality with role playing, especially as vampires and going as dark as possible. And it's like, no.
Right? There were so many different ways that scene could go with the storyteller saying, you covet this woman. Like,
Oh my god! I know. Even knowing myself, I was like, this could get icky. Let's be careful.
She's mine.
That's why I kept checking in, because I was like, I don't want to cross the line. I want to make this reasonable.
It's good to know that we could trust the guys in here to not be creepies.
Yes.
Because it's hard being a woman coming into a male-centric type of gameplay, and it's great. I love the vibe that everyone else gives off here.
Well, one thing about Vampire, it's always been not a male-centric game. The most prominent pronoun that Vampire used was she and her.
Awesome.
Written from a woman's perspective.
Yep,
all the old books, anyway.
Yeah,
love that.
Throughout its initial run, she and her was the primary pronoun used. Now I don't know what Paradox is doing. They don't like anything.
But not just Vampire, too. It's also just like the whole role-playing experience, coming into that is, it was a little intimidating at first, being a woman and coming into this and being like, hi, I'm new. Don't be weird, or don't, think I'm weird and not knowing what I'm doing.
And then doing your very first game on stream and not a beginner-friendly TTRPG. I mean, most people cut their teeth with like a D&D or something similar to that. Not Vampire. I mean, I cut mine with Vampire the Masquerade, so I think it's perfectly normal. But I've discovered throughout the years that that's not the general normal case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, it's better to jump directly into the deep end and see if it works for you instead of just paddling out into the middle of nowhere.
Well, it's what you love, right? Like, the horror aspect of it is just so tantalizing to me, at least.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it's fun.
Well, Zed and I have talked about this off stream or whatever. Like, at least for me, like, I have a hard time buying in to the tabletop games that don't have some kind of dark undercurrents or whatever, just because I'm pretty worldly and the world has all kinds of dark stuff under the surface, right?
Yeah, it's not sunshine and roses out there.
No, it's definitely not. All right. Well, I've had a long day. It's been a very